Okay, so let's start making a Google form, which I think Google Forms are really good, not used a lot, but they're an excellent way to gather information so you don't have to worry about a sign-in sheet, you don't have to worry about making copies, so on and so forth. So go into your Google Drive, and we want to click New, and we want to find Google Forms. Now, I've been working on mine for a while, so it comes up automatically, but some of you may have to click on More, and you'll find it over here, probably at the very top. It'll say Google Forms. Click on it once, and it will take you to a brand new page, no title, that we will start editing. So that's first thing. Let's go ahead and put in the title. So up at the left, you'll see Untitled Form. We want to, as I put my cursor over it, you'll see it comes up to Rename. Let's just click on it once and then rename the document. Let's call it, let's say I want to call it Meet the Teacher Night. And I may want to label it with this school year coming up here. And we just click OK. And you will see Meet the Teacher Night 2014-2015 come up, and you'll see the title also here. Now before we proceed, and I'm just going to show you some basic things at first, let's do a couple of things before we start entering questions for our parents to answer. First of all, let's click off on the required Brenham Independent School District login to view this form, because some of you may want to get really advanced and it's going to ask you, are you sure? Because when you do, you're making this available outside of Brenham Independent School District. Reason why, some of you may want to email it. If the parent didn't show up but you have their email address, you may want to email this form to them. And I'll show you how to do that. You come and ask me and I'll show you how to do that. But let's just go ahead. We don't have to worry about it. Now, the basic things for Google are, if I click down here, I'm just showing you the basics. This is not how you'll start off, is a text. And that's just like maybe I want to put my name or the parent's name. A paragraph text, that's more if we need to put in a lot of information, we need to type out some things. You might want to ask a question such as, what does your child like to do? What are some hobbies they like to do? How would you like to be contacted? It's something that maybe parents would type out. That they need more than just a line, you'll use a paragraph text. You have a multiple choice. You may want to say, would you be willing to help out or volunteer or help out with classroom parties? And yes, no, maybe. Check boxes. You may want to have check boxes where you ask the question, which party would you be willing to help out in? And then you could label each party, the Christmas party, Valentine's party, end of school year party. Choose from a list I don't use too much, so I'm not, because I don't use it too much, I really can't tell you much about it, but you can put in from a list and parents could basically, or someone who's filling out a Google form, could click from that list. Then you have more of the advanced. I don't think you'll probably use that. I'll be happy to show it. I know I use a scale and a grid for teacher surveys, and I use the date and the time for the parent context that you fill out. And then this kind of shows a layout. If I want to, I can put in an image. I can put in a video. I can give a header, a different section, maybe on a different part of the form, and give it a title, or I can actually make it look like it goes to a total different page. Let's just stick with the basics right now. So when you start off with Google Form, you'll see the first type of question, and you got to title your question. It gives you a help text, to where if you need to put like some information, you can there. It won't be in the same bold print as a question title. You see the question type, and here's where we're going to choose our question type. But I tell you what, before we choose our question type, let's choose the theme. So let's go up here at the top. You see theme, and this is basically the way it's going to look like for our parent when they fill it out. Always going to go to the default. It's just a sample form. It's just very basic. I myself like the Book Classic. That's the one I have for the parent contact. Or I also like the sample forms. Not the sample, excuse me, the magazine form. There's not really a lot to choose from, but you have a different variety though, instead of just choosing 2 or 3. So I like the Book Classic. So I'm just going to click on the Book Classic and then click OK. And we'll come to that here in a minute. I'll show you what it looks like. So let's say we're getting ready to put in some information for our form that we want parents to fill out. Well, what's probably the first thing? Well, we're probably going to have the student name or student's name. I can't type that well. I don't need a multiple choice unless they want to choose from different names. Probably more than likely because it's not going to be a lot of typing. It's just going to be a text. And so there we have it ready to go. I can click done, and you can see how it would look like you have the student's name, the question, and where the parent can actually type in that box. Now, I'm going to go back. Before you click done, you may want to click on required question. That way, because the parent won't be able to submit the form until they answer all the required questions. So the student's name, yeah, that's probably some important information. I want to make that a required question. Click done, and then you'll notice you see the small little asterisk right there that it's red. That kind of indicates that that's a required question. So parents, again, have to fill that out before they can submit the form. Okay, student's name, what would probably be the next thing? Well, we probably want to know the parent. So again, that would probably be a text. So I'm just going to put parent. You can label it any way if you want to. Again, I would make that a required one. Click done. There you go. What are some other things? Well, let's say we need to know the phone number. So again, I would probably make that a requirement. Click done. There you go. And let's say maybe, how about I want to do an email. Now here I'll do this. Instead of, because some of our parents may not have emails, I may not make that a required question. So I may just click done. So parents can fill it out. Parents don't have to fill it out if they don't want to. So this is just using the text form. What are some other things you could do with the text form? You may put in like what bus number, who would be picking your child up, and they can write the title or the person's name. Paragraph form, I'll just kind of show you what that looks like. Again, I'm just going to put paragraph. You may want to have them fill out some information. Again, if you wanted to make it required, you can, but you can kind of see they have more space to type their answer in. It's a little bit larger, and actually it'll look a lot different on the form that the parents will fill out than it does here. Let's do a multiple choice. Show you what a multiple choice looks like. Let's say, I'm just going to put class, but let's say you want to say, would you be willing to volunteer in the class, or would you be willing to help with class parties? I can click in the choices, yes. Click below there. You can kind of see where you can click no. I can add another one. Maybe I don't have to. Maybe I want to put maybe. I can put as many options as I want, but this is just a yes, no. Maybe again, this is required. We will click done. And you can kind of see what a multiple choice will look like. So let's look at a checkbox. Let me show you what that looks like. And let's say again, you can put anything here. Maybe it's classroom parties, and maybe we will put Christmas and click on to add another option. Maybe end of school. Again, I'm just showing you something. It's not going to look like this. I'm just showing some examples. You can make it required. You don't have to. Click done. So let's say you get all the information that you kind of want into your form. You want parents to fill out when they come up for Meet the Teacher Night. So everything's done. It's not going to look like this. You're going to put in the information. Again, important things: students' names, parents' names, maybe phone number, maybe email, how they're getting home the first day, how they're getting home other days for the rest of the school year. Maybe they know the bus number that they're supposed to ride. Some important information you need to know for first day, and maybe for the first couple weeks and for the rest of the school year. This can help. But let's say, okay, we're ready, we're done. Let's see it. Let me show you how this looks like. You're going to click on View Live Form. Go ahead and click on it. This is a form basically that you'll have set up on your computers that your parents will fill out. So as you can see, they can go ahead and start typing. But before I do that, let me go back to the editing. Down here, when you're pretty much done, you'll see your confirmation page. And maybe I don't want to have your responses have been recorded. Maybe I just want to put a thank you or thanks for coming. And I want to leave this checked off. Show link to submit another response, and I'll show you why here in a minute. Do not click on send form, because that's just going to take you to send it to someone else in an email. But it's basically safe. You don't have to click any save button. Let's go back to the view live form. So when you pull it up, you close off, you have it done. You're just going to pull up your Meet the Teacher Night 2014-2015 in your Google Drive. You're getting ready. It's a couple minutes before the parents come in. You have your computers on. You pull up your document again. Click on it to the live view form. This is what you want the parents to see. And so when they come in, you say, hey, thanks for coming, yada, yada, yada. Sit down. Could you please fill out this form? And let's say I'm just going to put some names in here. They click on, again, oops, I did something. As you can see, this is a required question. So I'm just going to I'm just making things up. They fill out the numbers. Email address, Yahoo, paragraph, they want to fill something out. Anytime that you have the asterisks, you have to fill it out. Maybe, do I want to help out with class? Yes, so I can help out with Christmas party and the end of school. And that's a good thing with the checklist. You can click off 2 things, and then when they're done, click submit. And you will see thanks for coming or any message you want to put in there. And then just try to have them remind them. You may put in here, thanks for coming. Please click on submit another response, because that will take you back to the Google form we created for the next parent to fill out. Okay, so you're going through the night, parents are doing this, or you're coming back and checking and they're filling it out, and you're done. The night is over. We close out. We can go back to our Meet the Teacher Night, and you should see up here responses, and it will have the total number of responses that you have so far. So you have a count. Now, of course, we've only done one. So let's go ahead and look at it. Click on responses, view response. You now have what will come up. It will create a spreadsheet. Same title, except it has in parentheses responses. Again, this is saved into your Google Drive. You don't have to worry about saving it. So now you have a timestamp. It shows you the date, shows you when, the student's name, parent's name, phone number, email, anything else that I wanted to ask. It's going to be placed into this spreadsheet. So I have all the information here. Again, now, a good way to use this as a parent sign-in, because now you have all the parent signatures, and let's say you're ready to share this with me, so you can show me how everyone you can. Click on share, or how many came. Click on share, enter my name, enter my email address, click send. I'll get an email. I'll click out here. I'll get an email that will take me to this link in this spreadsheet that will show me all the information of the parents that you came. Again, just an easy way to do it. No more worried about copying paper. No more worrying about did I turn that in or not. If I lost it, well, you can't lose it. It's on your Google Drive. You don't have to worry about those things. So that's just an easy way. Again, if you wish to make a Google form for your Meet the Teacher Night, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. If you'd like to try it, I will be more than willing to help out.